Good day and welcome to the Monday, March 8th edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Baisden. Islandstats.com can confirm that Bermuda Olympic hopeful Dara Alazade's dream has come true, competing in the World Rowing America's Olympic qualification regatta in Brazil and going into the final. All but one Olympic qualifying spot for the men's single sculls were confirmed according to the qualification rules for the continental regattas, with Alazade and Felix Patoy from Nicaragua both in the B final. Alazade would finish third and Patoy would finish fourth, with Alazade advancing to represent Bermuda at the Olympics. Bermuda Female Athlete of the Year Jessica Lewis has announced that she is once again teaming up with WinReach Bermuda to bring you the second annual Row for WinReach Challenge.
Hi everyone, Jessica Lewis here, and I am so excited to announce that WinReach Bermuda and I will be hosting the second annual Rolling for WinReach Challenge. We are so grateful for the amount of support that we received last year, and we can't wait to see what happens this year. This year's challenge will kick off on April 3rd, which is my 28th birthday. For the challenge, you will have to complete 28 miles in 28 days. So that will give you up until May 1st to log those miles. You can join the challenge individually or on a team of up to 4 people. Registration will open up on Race Day World on March 8th. Come celebrate with me and join me on my road to the Tokyo Paralympic Games as I roll for WinReach.
The Bermuda men's national team got their pre-World Cup qualifying training camp off to a winning start on Friday evening, picking up a 3-0 win over the Bahamas, which was then followed by a scoreless draw against the same opponent last evening. National coach Kyle Lightbourne summed up the training camp this way.
I think when I look at the whole tour, it was an opportunity for us to get back into international football arena, to have a week away training, playing 2 matches close back to back, just seeing the difference in how things are going to operate due to COVID-19 restrictions and things that we have to go through. So I'm very pleased that we did get this opportunity to travel, because things are definitely different. Traveling in a group, what we can do, what we can't do. Every player in their own room, basically staying in your room, not moving about. Us having less meeting times. There's so many different things that filter in. So it was like a test run, and very pleased that we got that opportunity.
During the Islandstats.com football show last night, David Bascom, Dennis Brown, and Kenton Jennings shared their thoughts on players and pride.
We gotta fix some things very swiftly, is that we don't have national pride that runs deep through young people's blood no more. And we have to figure out a way to bring that connection back. We have to really, and I'm not talking about building pride through giving people new stuff. Oh no. How many people know Garrett Deal? How many people know our old history? What do we have to show for it? Roosties and Albers, and I commend you for this, right? But as a proven fact, I had the young Nia, we was watching the show, and I said, do you know who's on it? She couldn't even tell me. So how can she get connected? So so it's these things I feel to influence the game. We can start from within and bringing that pride back. Ask any one of these guys on those games meant a lot. Streaker, every time is pulling that ball out. Streaker wasn't happy. Streaker used to argue with guys in every training because nobody wanted to lose. You know why? Because we had that national pride. There was some pride there for the game.
So the pride Dave is talking about. I remember that game in Jamaica so clear, and it we were down 2-0, came back 2-2, and ended up losing 3-2 to a late penalty, I believe. And that was probably one of the first times that I've seen so many national team players shed tears because we lost the game. That was the amount of pride that we had representing Bermuda. But the pride to me has to start from, number one, within. and also when you're representing your club. And that's where that, years ago, although David and Goda and Streaker, you guys went on to be, and Cantona, you guys went on to be pros, but how was it to represent in those days, put on that North Village jersey and represent that crest? You know what I mean? We had pride. Me coming up in Somerset, watching the silver, the Triple Crown champions and stuff like that. We had pride. We had no excuse other than to be successful and carry on the legacy of guys like George Wangman and these guys in Somerset. So the pride has to start, number one, from within, and then you're representing your badge. You always heard Alex Ferguson talk about representing the badge. And a lot of the locals today don't take pride in representing their badge. And that's where it starts.
And I touch on that, Dennis. I was just thinking about that today, and I was talking to a few young players early on. And I was just thinking about that game in Jamaica where we were down 2-0 and we ended up losing 3-2. It was hard. I remember that game like it was yesterday. It was hard. We cried and we were upset because we felt we shouldn't have lost that game.
Yep.
And I remember sometimes being with players that talk about Somerset, and then they tell them, I remember used to tell them, listen, we're representing Bermuda. That's all I care about right now. I don't care about village. I don't care. We represent Bermuda because I know back then a lot of players have pride in their club teams, and I think that's where it showed the difference when you have pride in your club teams and you play it for the badge. Then we had to show people that we had to play for the national badge, and that's where it came different. And it's hard to see today that these guys don't put the all into playing for the national team, for the country. Because when you play for your country, you're playing for your family, you're playing for your friends, and then you're playing for your club. And that's what we just are missing right now.
Nakeem Wells and his Bristol City teammates were on the wrong side of two first-half goals that were enough to settle the game against Queen's Park Rangers. Justin Dunaway was not in the Solihull team, as his teammates came from behind to claim a 1-1 draw against Maidenhead United. Jonte Smith was an unused substitute as his walking teammates defeated Kingsland Town 3-0. Kenny Thompson and her Civita Santa teammate went down 3-0 to league leaders Barcelona in their Spanish women's first division matchup. The Bermuda National Athletic Association hosted their third Carifta trial meet at the National Sports Center on Saturday. Theater Grad would run to victory in the under-17 girls 1,500-meter run, clocking a time of 5:14:45. Cheyenne Smith won the women's 400-meter open race with a personal best time of 59:58. The under-17 boys 1,500-meter one was won by Jazza James, who clocked 4:27:46. Sunray Morris and her IMG Academy elite teammates competed in the Larry Richardson Memorial Invitational in Florida. Morris led off the IMG Academy women's 4x100-meter relay team that clocked a winning time of 48:65. Morris will return to win Heat 6 of the women's 400-meter race, stopping the clock in 57:51 that saw her finish first overall. Morris would then close out the meet running the second leg for IMG Academy's 4x400-meter relay team that clocked a winning time of 4:02:03. Nathan Simons and his Indian Hills men's track and field teammates took to the track to compete in the National Junior College Athletic Association's National Championships. Simons recorded a personal best in the 400-meter preliminaries, clocking 48:73 to finish second in Heat 3 and 11th overall. Simons will compete in the men's 4x400-meter relay, finishing Heat 3 in third place at a time of 3:14:38 that saw the team finish 9th overall, breaking the school record, but just missing out on the All-American status by 0.04 of a second. The Bermuda Karting Club Race Day 7 took place at the Southside Motorsports Park. The tag senior class saw Scott Barnes win 2 of the 3 races, with Brian Boggles winning the other, while in the L206 senior class, it saw Barnes take the checker flag all 3 times in the class. Robert Wheatley won 3 races in the L206 Masters class, while Niall Bean drove to victory in 2 of the 3 races in the tag junior class, with Jaden Brimmer winning the other. Blake Horseman won all 3 races in the stock shifter class, with Shannon Casey winning 2 of the 3 races in the modified shifter class, and Devin Durant won the other. The Bermuda Fat Tire Massives 2020-2021 mountain bike race series continued with racing at Casemates. Robin Horsfield continued his dominance in the male open 60-minute field when he was clocked at a 6-lap time of 49:24.1. The female open 60-minute race was won by Jennifer Wilson, who clocked a 4-lap time of 45:11.6. Nico David rode to victory in the male open 30-minute race with a time of 41:35, and Caroline Wright won the female open 30-minute race in a time of 32:36.1. Quinton Sherlock continued competing in the Independence Cup tournament in commemoration of Ghana's independence. Sherlock shot a second and final round 71 to come off the course in 8th place. James Finnegan and his St. Mary's men's tennis teammates cruised past Our Lady of Lake University 7-0. Finnegan teamed up with Jeremiah Sanchez in the number 1 doubles position and picked up a 6-1 win. Finnegan would then take to the court in the number 5 singles position, taking on Malachi Farley. Finnegan would defeat Farley in straight set, 6-1, 6-love. Arkansas Associate head basketball coach David Patrick and his team picked up an 87-80 victory over Texas A&M. A 3-match winning streak came to an end for Ty Harrell's Queen's University of Charlotte men's volleyball teammates as they fell to North Greenville University by a score of 3-1. Join me at 6 p.m. this evening for the Referee's Corner, where we'll be discussing the new handball rule, and then at 7 p.m. it's Girls Play 2. This edition will see members of the Work Academy team holding court. And that's a look at this Monday, March 8th edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Baisden.